Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Little Plane That Could World Adventure. This is leg 8 today, Haiti to the Turks and Caicos Islands. Nice to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good day. Who have we got here? We got Zach. G'day, Zach. How you going, mate? You got more tea to be delivered? Load it straight up, mate. Sean from the UK. Hoping for some Turkish coffee when we land. I'll actually have to see if the Turk part of Turks and Caicos is related to Turkey in any way. Maybe you can answer that for me. Bruden, good morning from the US. How you going, mate? Willie, g'day. Boston. How you going? Bubba, Lonsky, fly the Westpac rescue chopper. That would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yes. The ramp is busy this morning, absolutely. G'day, Brett. How you going? Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. All right. Yes, Chris, we're going to the Turks and Caicos Islands in the Caribbean today. To the capital city of Cockburn Town. Yes, no, I'm not making that up. Alright, yeah, sweet, awesome, Lonsky. Well, I'll be interested to know how that, I'm assuming the Westpac chopper livery is for the H135 Airbus helicopter? Oh. Would help if I turned the engine master on when starting the aircraft. Alright, we have action. How is everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Oh, Chris, yep. It's bloody freezing, mate. Ever since that sun dropped below the horizon, it's been like 4 degrees. I kind of wish I was actually in Haiti right now, where the aircraft's telling me it's a beautiful 27 degrees and sunny. Well, sort of sunny. Runway 28. No worries. I think I'll just go with the follow Bubba. No wind. There is no wind. Oh, wow. Alright, so yeah, basically just pick a runway and go with it. Sounds good to me. Stick some flaps in. Altitude. And not blinding the rampies with your lights. Why not? I'm going to basically drive through them in a sec because they don't know how to position themselves, so may as well start by at least removing their eyesight so they can't see what's about to happen to them. Altitude. Let's go with like... Oh, let's not do that. Let's not zoom in and get a good look at the Garmin. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's do something different. Let's cruise it. I've done a lot of flights at 6,000, and I know I had to increase my altitude on the last one, but let's do 7,500. Let's live a little. I don't know how that's considered living a little, but I'm gonna go with it. Oh, runway 28 is the one that's directly behind me. Sweet. This is good news. All right, parking brake off. Let's. Every time I fly this aircraft, I remember I need to get, obviously, a new joystick. So can somebody please remind me at the end of this stream to just buy a new bloody joystick? Because clearly this one's all up the wazoo. So we should get some nice scenery on takeoff here from Haiti. Honestly, I don't know what to expect on the Turks and Caicos. I'm hoping some beautiful aqua lagoons and small islands and reefs and all that sort of cool shit. But this whole flight around the world thing is as much a discovery process of things I don't know about, I guess, as well as having fun, if that makes sense. Anyone done anything interesting today? I just, I dog-proofed my water feature so that the bloody 15-week-old shit doesn't try doing another swimming lesson and then running into the house absolutely saturated. And just studied a bit of real estate, went to the gym, nothing crazy. Oh, how you going, Willie? We're just starting the takeoff roll with Bubba in the lead. If you're jumping up, you can either max the engines or you can let us know if you need us to slow down, and we can do that too. Well, it depends. What do you consider to be happy hour? Because it's 5 PM somewhere. I have a American Staffy cross Jack Russell cross Red Heeler. So I get all the traits, the smarts, the energy, the sookiness, the laziness, the mischievousness. Oh, you'll have no problem keeping up in the air Mackie there, Willie. Good decision. Alright, let's set this AP up so that we can get out the aircraft and have a look at this very nice scenery that Haiti has to offer. Oh yeah, no. If you've come from Shane streams before, you don't know what it's like to take off on time. I like to make sure that I can remain relatively on time. Oh, it's a straight out departure. Cool. And then... oh yeah, okay, I was going to say, if we're turning left here, I better get that climb rate in. But I mean, what a spectacular morning here in Haiti. Willie, how you going, mate? How's the radio show going, good sir? I actually have the tab open in my browser, but I never seem to be able to catch you. You have a mutt and she is awesome. Yeah, mate, there is nothing like a dog. They are just so awesome. We've just taken off. If anyone who's just joined in feels like joining us, I can chuck you a link to the Discord in chat, or I can pop the flight. If you pop exclamation mark flight plan in, you can grab the flight plan and yeah. Willie, when do you set off to North Carolina? And how far is it from Boston? Wouldn't it be cool if Haiti ever got cold enough for those mountains behind us to get snow on it? I mean, I know it won't happen because it's a tropical country, but yeah. Oh, you got a podcast section. Now you see, I should have spent more time looking. Oh, wrong Willie, same name, good guy, but not the right. That's funny. Tomorrow, 12-hour drive. However, I'd like to invite you to an interview to talk about your journey. Willie! Really? I'd be honoured, mate. That's, yeah. Absolutely, I'd be down to do that. This whole streaming thing has taken me by surprise because 2 weeks ago, I was just sort of streaming to no one, and now I'm streaming to 14 people. For somebody who, and I'm not looking for sympathy here, but for somebody who's never really been a popular person within life and always struggled to, you know, connect with people, it's a little bit mind-blowing, I must admit. Brett Plays says, I'm streaming this flight too, mate, but I have you muted. Not a problem. Oh, good, mate. So, right. You're going to North Carolina tomorrow. It's a 12-hour drive. It's a 7 to Delaware and then 5 from there to North Carolina. Well, if I don't get a chance to wish you a safe journey before the stream's over, I'll wish you that now. Do have a safe journey, and I hope to hear all about it when you're all settled up there in North Carolina. Baba von Braun. Connectiona. Ah, Baba's become Italian. Connectiona are overrated. Sorry to all the Italians I just offended. Actually, no, I've got enough Italian blood to be able to do that, despite the blonde hair and white skin. If you, I'm assuming you've got a Discord account, Willie, so I'll drop the Discord in there. That's probably the best place where we can chat about this more. Speaking of which, to all of you people who kept reminding me to change the Discord link, I finally did it. So that will work, as will the one in the description. Oh, this is just a trip to... Okay, and coming back to Boston, but heading down at the end of August. So you're actually moving there in the end of August. That's cool. Oh, okay. Chris, that's interesting. I just popped up on your YouTube page, 14 viewers. This bloke's alright. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about it being an Australian. I just know it's a really small nation in the Caribbean that's like a British outlying island. But, you know, yeah. But yeah, due to the situation, of course. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Americans, the only places you could travel... I mean, I'm assuming here that you're an American. I don't actually know, but... The only places you could travel were places like Puerto Rico and all that are technically states of America. Or am I... I'm just basing this off videos I watch from like Yes Theory and all that, so I'm not... Yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough. In fact, Chris, I think you were one of the original subscribers to this channel back in the day when I was just doing like 1 or 2 videos a week, and they weren't even really flying. It wasn't just flying, there was Democracy 4, politics, there was Forza Horizon, there was a bit of Sims 4 in there killing some Sims for the fun of it, you know. Oh, you're from Melbourne. Okay, yeah. I think you actually did mention that earlier on. So I'm a Gippsland person, but I was a Melburnian until January last year. You can go with a passport or without a passport. Oh wow, the lightning that's happening over there over those hills is pretty crazy. No, so Chris, luckily, I'm in the start of Gippsland. That should give you a better idea of whereabouts I am. The start of Gippsland that's very much in a growth. Everybody from Melbourne's trying to move here sort of thing. So it's still about 45 minutes from Traralgon, which was basically underwater. Okay, that makes more sense now. They weren't able to travel to Puerto Rico because of US travel bans or whatever. It's because Puerto Rico is still technically a US state or territory, so you don't need a passport. Right, yeah. So, is it the same with the US that it has been with Australia? Like, have your borders been closed to visitors from other countries? Have other countries closed their borders to you? And Chris, Turks and Caicos Islands from Melbourne, that's a hell of a hike. That's easily 24 hours plus of flying time. G'day Dre, how you going? Now, you're the one who commented on the video, you're the one who reminded me that I needed to change the Discord links, so I did. So thank you very much. I know other people reminded me as well, but he reminded me a couple of hours ago with a comment on the previous video. All the same crap over there? Yeah, okay, cool. The only country that we can visit is New Zealand. Yeah, I was gonna say you wouldn't be that far off of at least being able to go back into Canada, because I mean your case numbers are basically normal now. In North Dakota and Alaska, you can go across into Canada. Alaska, I can understand because it's basically separated from the rest of the US by Canada. Wow, that lightning strike was close to the aircraft. Okay. That's not terrifying if that was in real life. But North Dakota, I'm trying to figure out where North Dakota is again. What's the What is the capital city of North Dakota? That will give me a better idea. Yeah, be careful, Vruden. I've nearly been struck twice. Too many hobbits in New Zealand. I was watching a documentary about it that outlined all sorts of creatures called orcs and such. Yeah, New Zealand almost... Like, some of their animals, you almost sort of go, is that a dinosaur? Like, a prehistoric... Something that's developed from a prehistoric creature? And I guess that's because it's such a tiny nation... so far from anywhere that's so secluded, those species have been able to survive relatively, you know, without any inhibitants from the humans. Bismarck. I've heard of it, but it didn't help me. My pipistrel virus is a little slow on the climb. Yes, Brett, but I've been flying that plane recently as well, and I think it's bloody epic for a light sports aircraft. Like, seriously, like, probably as good as the Jabberoos. You know what? I'm going to quickly Google North Dakota so that I sound more educated. It's eastern city of Fargo. Is... See, I know where... Oh, okay. Alright. Next to, Yeah. Okay. I got a better idea of where we are now. We're right on the Canadian border. Okay. Yeah. Guess that makes sense why the, you're allowed to travel into Canada. Dre the Gamer. I am from Victoria, specifically Gippsland. Yeah. Yeah, I know, the lightning's... I mean, you wouldn't think that this is weather where you would experience lightning, but there you go. It really is coming bloody close, though, like, almost uncomfortably close. Yeah, I think that's right, Willie. That sounds... You see, if somebody had said borders Manitoba or yeah, that one. Sass. All I know is it's basically dead center north of the US, which makes more sense. I might actually just Google that one as well, see if I can figure out how to pronounce it. Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan? Hang on, so Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. According to Wikipedia, something along those lines. Sure. Yeah. At least I have Shane's disease when it comes to things that are difficult to pronounce. Sean says, I take it I'm only one gaining, losing 150 foot in chop here. Are you talking about when you're going over the mountain ranges? Because I was up and down like I was on a pogo stick for a while there. Bubba, it depends, Bubba. How fast are you actually going? I mean, obviously faster than us, but it's your call on that one, man. Heading to flight level 100. Are we going to need to go up to get over these mountains? Bloody Haiti. Okay, cool. Going up to flight level 100. Willie says, now say... Toya took? Coming back to 127 knots. No worries. Once everyone's got their way up to enough of a height to clear this mountain range, then I'll try and figure out whether you want to slow down or you want us to speed up. Or not that I can really speed up. I'm sitting just on the marker between cruising speed and overspeeding. Yeah, Sean says, yeah, you seem to be level. My arrow struggles mountain ranges. It's alright, mate. Bad spelling days happen. Yep, it's literally just like North Dakota. Cold, flat, and uninhabited. Only in Canada, and it somehow occasionally has tornadoes. Really? Huh. Tuk-ti-yuk-tuk. Okay. So basically you got to break down the word a bit more into more syllables. Yeah, that's cool. I understand. I can see how that would be pronounced that way. Oh, Sean stopped spilling his coffee in the turbulence now. That is good news. Nothing worse than spilled milk or spilled coffee in this. Everyone's high. Isn't that because it's legal in Canada? Okay, so 9,000 feet will be fine to clear it. Well, I'm at 9,200, so I may as well go to 10. Lightning is just spectacular. And I like it. Just in the middle of this valley, there's this tiny little town, suburb. Oh, I'm going to overfly, Bubba. Give it some jandle, Bubba. We've caught up. Willie. But fair enough. Tornadoes in Canada can happen. Saskatchewan and Ontario have them. I don't really get how, because it's colder than where... Yeah, that would be like Melbourne or Victoria or Tasmania here in Australia having tornadoes. Just doesn't quite work. We typically get about 1 tornado every 5 years in New York, except last year we had 4. Are the tornadoes that come through New York, are they like just like small ones, or are we talking like proper Hurricane Valley, Tornado Valley style tornadoes? Okay, so small ones, yeah. Southwest Ontario is very humid and regularly hits high 30s in the summer, so perfect tornado weather. Yeah, okay. Almost sounds like North Queensland or the Northern Territory here in Australia, where it's like, you know, summer you'll get, or their summer, which I think is just called the wet season, you'll get 36, 37 degrees Celsius and 90% humidity. It's disgusting. You feel like you're continuously swimming. It's interesting, all this talk about Canada. If there was another country in the world that I would choose to live in other than Australia, Canada would probably be my first preference. Wow, 9,000 feet in a helicopter. And you're pedaling as fast as you can. Summer is about 20 to 25 degrees where I live. Hottest it ever was 37 in 2005. Whereabouts is that, Dre, the gamer? I don't know, ask God. Excuse me, sir. Why is it getting so warm up there? G'day, Zach. No, I haven't. When I jumped in, I said, okay, Zach, load up the plane with the tea, but seems like you missed the cargo stage. So the T's been left in Haiti, mate. Sorry. You're gonna have to organise some sort of other transport. Unless one of the other boys picked them up in their aircraft or their helicopters, in which case maybe it is on board. Yeah, I was going to say 37 is a nice day in Australia. What's it like? Melbourne's hottest ever temperature was like 46.4. And it was hotter in the outer areas of like Geelong and all that, where it was like, I think Avalon Airport saw 49 degrees that day, Celsius. Oh, there you go. Vruden got the T. Very good. Yes, that's exactly right. The T. I live in the capital region of New York. It's halfway from New York City and Canada. Upstate New York is pretty much half hood, half country low. Yeehaw, homie. Willie Canuck says, I couldn't deal with Oz summers. You know what's the crazy thing though, Willie, is that you have the occasional day like that where it's 45 plus, or the occasional week in the case of when Melbourne recorded its hottest ever temperature on the February the 7th, 2009. That whole week, 5 or 6 days in a row above 43. There was 3 in a row above 45. It was insane. But in winter, like right now, it's not uncommon for 800 feet, 1,000 feet for there to be snow on the outskirts of the city, in the mountain areas. G'day Fozzie, how you going? Oh, there we go. Yeah, as Bubba says, yeah, no. 13 days. I don't think it was 13 days of like 43, but it was 13 days in a row above 35 with a week, or almost a week above 40. Or something stupid like that. I remember just laying on my bed under the aircon, just going, for the love of God, make it stop. Oh, Lonsky's got the icing sugar on board. Northern Tassie would be the perfect climate for me. Yeah, it doesn't get as hot as it does here, and for some reason it doesn't seem to get as cold either. I think it's because it's just like literally surrounded by water. That helps the weather stay much more stable. Willie says to Dre the Gamer, you probably get more East Coast currents than Southwest Ontario is a pressure cooker from competing currents from Southwest US and Northeast. It can get very hot but also very cold. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Bubba, if I remember rightly, after a few days of having it been 40-something degrees, it had basically cooked like 4 of the power stations or something, to the point where they had to shut them down because they were just cooked. They couldn't handle the heat. And then, yeah, as Chris says, on the last day when the cool change finally arrived, it dropped from like 40 degrees to like 20 degrees in the space of an hour. It's supposed to get up to 100 where I'm at. I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit. Dre's got the right idea. Whenever he gets a hot day, he heads up to Lake Vermont. Or a lake up in Vermont. Sorry, a lake up in Vermont. Cyprus. Swim in the sea in the morning, then go up the Trinos Mountains to the sky. Yeah, absolutely. We had a power outage on a hot day. A power outage on a hot day. Laughs in Australian. Yeah, that's exactly right, Bubba. You would have thought that the cool change would have stopped the Black Saturday bushfires, but it just caused them to get worse because the wind picked up and it just went. And then we were okay in this country for wildfires after that until I think 2019 summer season, and it just completely ripped through basically the whole east coast of Australia from like East Gippsland all the way up into Queensland, other than probably Sydney, was just basically on fire. And there was at one stage something ridiculous like more than the whole land area of Europe was on fire. Insane. The weather in this country is so unpredictable. Yeah, so Fozzie, today was winter solstice for us, which makes sense, I guess. And I think the sun didn't come up this morning until nearly 7:40 a.m. and it was already set by 5, which is depressing. Especially considering that here in summer the sun you'll start to see the sun in December in summer solstice. You'll see the sun starting to rise before 5 o'clock in the morning, and you'll still see it in the sky at like 9:30 at night. I've always found it interesting how that works though, because like we're only technically 21 days into winter here in Australia, so the coldest part of winter, at least here in Victoria anyway, is sort of early July to mid to early August. That's where you'll get, well, at least where I'm currently living, you'll get mornings that are -5, -6, sometimes even colder. But yet, the sun is becoming stronger during that time period. Technically. Come on, summer. Well, yes, to some degree, but, like, I sort of look at it and go, there's only so many layers of clothing you can remove before it's considered illegal, but you can wear as many layers of clothing as possible if you're cold. For me, I prefer autumn and spring because it's lovely. It's, low to mid 20s, it's sunny. You're not going to get absolutely cooked by the sun. Willie Kennick, Scotland in summer, sun sets at 11 p.m. and rises at 3:30 a.m. Yeah, but in winter in Scotland, Willie, it's basically the opposite, isn't it? The sun doesn't rise until like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you start to see it setting by like 3:34 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Dre the Gamer, sun rises before 5 for you, it rose at 5:15 and it's summer solstice. It doesn't, sunrise doesn't occur before 5 o'clock, but at like 4:45, if you go outside close to Christmas time here in Australia, you'll see the glow across the horizon has already started to appear. G'day GC Bounds, how you going, mate? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. We've just flown over Cap Haitian International if you'd like to join in the flight. That's what the water is for. Well, yes, that's true, Chris. That is true. I know, so Willie, I know a little bit about how the sunrises and sunsets and all that happen over there in the UK because my missus is a Brit. Oh, I can imagine that having the sun up until like 11 PM or, you know, in the case of some of the Scandinavian countries, even later than that again, would be absolutely awesome. But the reverse is that it's almost basically dark for the whole of winter. So, I don't know, I quite like the Australian thing in the fact that it never really gets dark until 5 PM. That's about the earliest it'll ever get dark. And the latest the sun will ever come up in the morning is like 7:30, 7:45. And in reverse, you know, you'll never really see the sun before about 4:45 in the morning, and you'll never, like, the sun will never sort of stay up anywhere past about 9:30 at night. So she was born somewhere up north. I can't 100% remember the name of the place. However, she spent most of her life living in Exmouth and working in Exeter. Zach says this awesome streamer has a lawnmower. Is having a lawnmower a weird thing for people in France and Britain, is it? Because like every man and his dog here in Australia has a lawnmower and a whippersnipper and all that sort of stuff. Dre, I do not enjoy summer. Yeah, I can understand why. Willie says, I currently live in the Scottish borders. So, when you say the Scottish borders, do you mean the border of, like, Scotland and England, or? Sean, father in RAF. When I was little, I didn't understand why we had barbecue at the beach in Australia, but build snowmen at Christmas in the UK. Zach says it's the best flex. Don't have a grass lawn. Okay, that makes more sense now. You see, for us Aussies to be excited about a lawnmower is just weird because it's just something that everybody has. So she'll have a West Country accent then. Does she sound like Hagrid off of Harry Potter? It's funny because she was obviously born up north, spent a bit of her childhood up there, and then made her way down to Exmouth. She also lived for a while in Florida, and then she's been in Australia now for a couple of years. She has like this north, southern, American, Australian accent. It's it's different. Bruton says they don't own property in France. Well, unless you've got like a winery or something, then you've got property. Scottish borders, yes indeed, borders England. Yeah, okay, cool. Chris says it's just another job. Absolutely, Chris, it is just another job. But you know what? I would rather own a lawnmower and a whippersnipper and have to use it than live in an apartment or something like that. I enjoy having land. Yeah, I know, Willie. She's been everywhere. My bad if that came through the microphone. I just slammed my hand against the desk by accident. Oh, Bubba, don't get me wrong. I've done apartment living when I was in Melbourne. Down in Packy. I was living in a... Well, it wasn't an apartment, it was a townhouse. One of those new fandangled 3-story townhouses that they're putting up in that general part of the world. It was great, but if I had a choice, I would pick having land over that. Ask my partner if she gets her terms and colloquialisms mixed up. She does. Absolutely she does. She still doesn't understand why we call vacuuming, because she's like, it's hoovering. I'm like, no, Hoover's a brand. It's vacuuming. Hello, chat. My chat seems to have stuck. There we go, chat's moving again. Yes, 8th trip, Zach. You'll be saying the same thing in another 12 months. You'll be like, oh, look, it's the 100th trip. Correct, Bubba. A lift is something you give someone. You ride up floors in an elevator. Very true. Yeah, Zach, the Daytona Speedway. I actually remember that as well. That was like the second stream I ever did. And you asked me to fly over the Daytona Speedway, and I already happened to have it in the flight plan. The Australians and the USA always pick the best bits from the UK. Well, yeah, I mean... The music stopped too. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. So it wasn't just chat, it was possibly my internet upload had a bit of a hiccup. Let's zoom in a bit to get a screenshot. Yeah, I mean, in terms of DA40 formation, Bubba, you've got it on point. Bruton, that's why we left the food in Britain. Yeah, very true. Dre the Gamer, I use Streamlabs OBS to stream. Mainly because one day I would like to pay for the Streamlabs OBS Pro so I can stream across as many platforms as I like. About 5 beers. What? If you're sharing beers, I'll take one. Especially if it's Scottish beer. What's that crazy Scottish craft beer brewery? The guys who, for a while there, had the world's strongest beer. We are now producing lightning from clear skies. Sure, no, there isn't anything wrong with chips and gravy. However, I do think the Canadians have perfected that with poutine. I mean, chips, gravy, and cheese curds. Like, give him a Foster's. I might have to ban you for that, Bruton. Fun fact, nobody in Australia drinks Foster's. No alcohol shops in Australia that I've come across, except for the, like, real pub chains, even sell Foster's. Brewdog. Yeah, that's the one, Brewdog. Their beers are killer. Zach says, welcome to one of the most underrated YouTubers. Thank you, Zach. Much appreciated, mate. Brewdog have their own restaurant in Edinburgh Airport. 15 taps, all ale. Right. When COVID allows me and the missus to go back and see her family, I'm going to be like, babe, we're making a detour to Edinburgh. Yeah, what Lonsky said. Ew, Foster's. Willie Connect. Only Australian beer I drink is 4X. Willie, that's even worse than Foster's. If you want a 4X, just ask me to piss in a can for you. It's the same shit. Australia has a crazy craft beer scene, like what Scotland and the US has. Pretty sure at last count, just the state of Victoria alone has something like 75 breweries. Coors Light, yeah, that's not really any better than any of the others. About the most mainstream beer that I would enjoy would be like a Furphy or something. I think Aussies should have to drink Foster's as punishment for foisting it on the world. To be fair, though, Vruden, we have so much absolute crap beer that people drink. No offense if anyone here drinks it. It's just a personal opinion. That we don't really need to add Foster's to the list. And Bubba says a couple of very serious distilleries. Are we talking whiskey, rum, gin? Because there's a lot of craft gin and all that popping up all over Australia. And that's my other drink that I really enjoy other than beer and cider is good quality gin. Like 4 Pillars. That shit is just so good. Zach's making fried eggs. Anybody else want fried eggs? I'll take some fried eggs, Zach. Even though I just had lentil, potato and chicken dal with naan bread, but I'll take fried eggs. As long as you're cooking them like they do in Southeast Asia. Nice hot wok. Smoking oil, crack the egg in, get the outside crispy and keep the yolk runny. Should you add some thyme? Mate, they're eggs. You can add anything to them. Do I consider Strongbow a good cider? No. I consider it to be apple juice. Yes, 4 Pillars make a nice gin. What else have I got? Because I've got above me here, I've got a thing of gins that I've had. I've got Something Wild Beverage Company, Australian Green Ant Gin. So that's a gin that's actually got green ants in it, which is an Australian native bush tucker. And I've also got Echuca Distillery Butterfly Pea and Passion Fruit Gin. Oh, Fozzie, you're a line cook. I don't know if you've caught up with the conversations, mate, but I'm a sous chef. Yeah, no, Willie, I like myself a cider that actually has some, you know, a bit of sweetness, a bit of sourness, a bit of dry to it, you know, like you can actually tell that they fermented fruit. Lonsky says, a wok is what you throw at a wabbit when you don't have a rifle. Okay. Okay, Bugs Bunny. Nothing wrong with a frying pan. Zach, I was going to say, if you're using a microwave, words need to be exchanged. Nicely done, Brett. I don't know if Brett's still got me muted, but that was cool. A wok is a fly without wings. I don't quite understand that. Zach says I'm using the microwave behind you. Yeah, haha. I've got a microwave behind me. I think that thing's maybe been used once this year. And we're on the 21st of June. Get rid of them, just take them out mafia style. I mean, if you do that, no comment. I didn't see anything. I know nothing about it. Sean says, who's got the life raft? It's a bit wet below. I forgot mine. Yes. Your throttle shorted out. Okay, that's not a good thing. I still didn't get it. I'm obvious, just, you know, straight over the head. Meow. Whatever works best with what you have. I love it how we're just plotting to murder people who drink Strongbow cider in the chat. I'd say we're about halfway, maybe a little bit more. I can't see any land in front of me yet. Jesus, Willie. Oh yeah, we've got a rescue chopper on hand. Lonsky's flying the Westpac rescue chopper, so if anybody's in distress, Lonsky can help out. Oh, okay, Verdun. Well, I hope the problem's solved. I was trying to say solved and sorted, but my brain wanted to say sorted, so it came out as solved. Leading the pack, absolutely. Big Jack's not here, so we can't, you know, he's not able to lead. A walk is a fly with no wings. Oh, right. Understood. Got it now. Ding. So, just some Aussie Gamer, your new Yo stick, will it be a Yoko or Hota? It will be something that's affordable by a chef. Fozzie will know what I mean. Vruden, I'm in distress. Lonsky, I need a beer. No worries, Chris. Thanks for joining the stream, mate. Have a good one. Hopefully see you sometime in one of the next ones, or maybe I'll see you in an Oz Flight Simmer stream, who knows. But look after yourself, mate. Oh, it's working now. That's good news, Vruden. Glad to hear. Is the wife still on your back, by the way, or is she giving you a break there? But the Thrustmaster TCA side stick is very tempting as a just quick replacement for the time being. Maybe one of the Thrustmaster HOTAS setups that's like, you know, about $200. I would love to get my hands on a honeycomb yoke and throttle, but they're so hard to come by right now, it's not even worth the effort. Willie Canuck, back to Willie Canuck. I give up on trying to say Willie's name really quickly because for some reason my tongue doesn't like to do it. Back to ale. I'm very close to the family that owns Harveston Breweries. They're a big seller in Lewin, UK, and their ales are fantastic. Now, speaking of drinks, Willie, the missus was telling me there is a specific cider in the UK that you can't get here, and she misses it like anything. But I can't remember what the name of it is, and I'm wondering if you might be able to spark my memory on that one. Lonsky still only has icing sugar. Just to work all week off my back for 5 days. Oh, good. Some of the bigger ales are bitter and twisted. The Ridge, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last one. You want the new Turtle Beach yoke? Actually, but isn't that only Xbox Xbox only compatible? If it's compatible with PC, I might look into it, because Turtle Beach makes pretty decent stuff. About it only being headphones and microphones and all that stuff. Aspel. I mean, it's not sparking my memory, but I'll ask her tomorrow, and I'll message you on Discord if you got it. Because she wants to try and somehow get some over here. It's PC compatible. Google. Oh, I see. It's the same price as a honeycomb, but it includes the throttle. Interesting. Yeah, a headset maker may not be a great choice. However, the fact that it's not like just $100 and something bucks gives me hope. Bruden says, my first CD drive came from Turtle Beach in 1996. Bruden, I was 3 in 1996. Bubba says, Bryce, contact me re a free TCA side stick. Really? Okay, I will. Are you sure? Sean says, Sheppy's cider. That sounds a little bit more familiar. And regarding joystick, TCS 16,000. I'll be honest with you, I haven't done that much looking into it until I started flying the DA40 and realized that the rudder on my 3D Extreme Pro was basically toast. That would be phenomenal, Bubba. What a gentleman. Brett's Plays says, good to see the skies full with you. It is. It's really nice, and I owe you some love, Mr. Brett. So let's if I can remember what I have to put in. Yeah, that. Cool. So if anyone who's not already subscribed to Brett Plays, and I'm assuming a lot of you probably are, that's his channel. He does awesome flight sim streams. He does BeamNG. He does Forza Horizon 4. He's all about getting the people there and just having some fun and smashing into each other and all that stuff when it comes to BeamNG. And he's really good with the flight sim mods. He's got all sorts of aircraft that you wouldn't think you could run in flight sim. Fozzie says, if the Turtle Beach is as good as the Honeycomb, I might just go with the Turtle Beach. I agree with you, Fozzie, because obviously I want to eventually get to the point where I have a joystick for aircraft that fly with stick, and I want to have a yoke for aircraft that fly yoke. And yeah, that makes perfect sense. So I'll be keeping a close eye on the Turtle Beach. Absolutely. PM in Discord and I'll arrange to get it shipped to you. I will do, Bubba. Thank you very much. That is extremely generous of you. Ah. If it isn't Mr. I see Shane's name, I automatically can't speak English. I swear he's wearing off on me. And Zach's just dropped his channel in there as well. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with Zach by now. Racing games and Minecraft. If that's your thing, especially F1 racing games and The Crew 2, go see my man Zach. Oh, Fozzie, thanks for subscribing to Brett. Good man. Evening, Shane. How you going? The T1600, is that I'm assuming that's like a Thrustmaster HOTAS style joystick throttle setup thing. And you still have your original Microsoft Precision Pro flight stick. That's quite old. Yes, Captain Wrongway is here. See you later, Zach. Look after yourself, mate. Have a good one. Catch you in the next stream, mate. I'm liking what Das Autokonik and Parallel Planes and Tasmanite are doing. Iron Eagle. So the T16,000 is just the stick. Okay, so I'm thinking of the one that's the stick and the throttly bit, otherwise known as the throttle control, but I'll go with the technical term, which is the throttly bit. My flight instructor that I did my first flight with a few months ago would be very, very, very proud to hear me call it the throttly bit, not. Right, I can see that we're starting to come up with some land here, so I'm going to quickly go stretch the legs, grab some water, and possibly grab a little snacking item. I'll be right back. Oh, see you, Shane, if you're still here. I've just got back. Sorry, mate. Have a good one. Look after yourself. I'll see you when I get home from work on Wednesday for the stream. I get the feeling I might need to descend here. Yeah, just a feeling I've got. Feel like you're in Glasgow. Why, is Glasgow a bit of a party town, is it? Just need an Adidas tracksuit and a pocket full of ecstasy. Fair enough then. What's the closest Victorian suburb I could relate back to Glasgow then, based on that? G'day Nadia. Yeah, we've just started our descent here into the Turks and Caicos Islands, into the capital city of Cockburn Town. Basically when you slide on the carpet, but yeah, I won't go any further with that. I love how the maps has picked up all these cool like coral and sandbar like things as we get closer to the island here. That's really cool. Whereabouts are we flying right now? So we're flying into the Turks and Caicos Islands, which is the islands you can just see in front. I think the airport is called Providenciales or something like that. Yeah, and it's in Cockburn Town. Glasgow is known for its down in the trenches raver types. Oh, okay, fair enough. This plane is powered by apple cider. Well, I mean, that would be a cheap way to fly, absolutely. And is built out of steel tea bags. Those are not the kind of tea bags that you want to go dunking into your cuppa, that's for sure. The computer is my microwave. Well, in the middle of summer, I could almost microwave food on the CPU sometimes, and the GPU, especially after a long session of flight simming in and around a highly densely populated area like a London or something. Absolutely. I've seen close to 100 degrees on the junction temperature on that GPU in the height of summer, when it's like 40 degrees ambient temperature. No, Aussies tend to have called it a cuppa as well. I think we did get that influence from the Brits, but Aussies do call it a cuppa. Okay, she's not my wife. She's my missus, which in Australia is your girlfriend. However, there's a decent chance that she will eventually become that. Just saying. Yeah, the rescue chopper is still with us. Lonsky, how has it been flying 192 nautical miles in a chopper in this sim? I should probably take, once this plane levels off here at 3,000 feet, I should probably take manual control and line myself up with the runways because they're running perpendicular to where I'm currently going. So that is, if I can get my cables out of the way in front of me, that is exactly what I'm going to do. That's Willie, that's how us Aussies invented the Tim Tam Slam. Lonsky says crap. Okay. So the helicopter is literally designed for the process of like flying around scenery rich areas, and that's it. Except for the flight level 100 part. Yep, that's fair. Funny how Brit language stuck with some of the Commonwealth and not others, although Canada is heavily influenced by the US. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. G'day, Jens? Jens? Yeah, I get the feeling it might be Jens. How you going, mate? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. We're just sort of all lining up for the airport at the moment, but you're more than welcome to hang around and squiz our landings, judge us harshly if you'd like. Decent headwind here for landing. Also, the colour of the water with all... See, this is what I was hoping the Turks and Caicos would look like. Beautiful little lagoons and islands surrounded by beautiful turquoise water, coral, sandbars, reefs. This is what I think when I think Caribbean. My wife spent 3 years in Canada and has pronounced tomato ever since. Couldn't remember. Nah, it's a bloody tomato, mate. As our Prime Minister said our ex-Prime Minister said back in 2008, to relate to tomatoes, fair shake of the sauce bottle, mate. Yep, we're coming up for landing number 8 here, Zach. This has actually been quite a short stream. I guess it's because... And I guess this is going to sort of become the norm for the next few streams. We may even have to do a few legs over the next couple of streams because some of the locations, like the countries, are like 40 nautical miles apart. I don't know if Australians would have laughed at that, Willie. They would have probably reminisced. I'm a little bit low here. But it's time for some olive oil, ladies and gentlemen. Time for that Italian hair gel. The word tomato as spoken by Brits and Aussies actually breaks phonetic rules of English. I'll be honest with you, Willie. Anything that comes out of an Australian's mouth probably breaks the phonetic rules of English. No worries, Zach. Look after yourself, mate. Have a good one. Catch you in the next stream. Z. Class response. Also the correct response, though. I mean, we've butchered the English language so much that even the missus sometimes goes, "You're what now?" As they say, there's been a bingle out in Broady, but not to worry, the towie's on site. Maybe we should just swing by the bottle-o on the way home. That's a typical Australian sentence. Didn't really make that much sense, but that was just, you know, throwing words out there. Little bit hot. And we're down. Face to face with a, well, what appears to be a citation, but probably isn't actually a citation. Yeah, the Scottish and the Aussies, and the Irish, we're all very similar. We drink a lot, we swear a lot, and we butcher the English language a lot. Oh, I thought my rudder thing was working there for a sec, but no. As you can see, I'm mashing the rudder pedals, but the aircraft is not actually doing anything. Alright, Well, Providenciales. I'm probably going to assume that's probably not pronounced with a French accent, but I feel like it should be. Well, I don't actually have my Xbox controller plugged in right now, so I can't really use the drone, unfortunately. So I apologise, Sean and Pro Limitless can't actually come over and watch your landings. We'll just have to take your word for it that they're going to be good. We'll wait for you guys to come up to the apron, and then we'll finish this one up. So the next flight will be from here to the Dominican Republic. We'll go to Santo Domingo and Punta Cana. And then, if I'm not mistaken, from there on out, there's going to be a couple of legs per stream because you got all the small islands. Willie says, I know more Scot than Canadian slang nowadays. Been here for 16 years. Gotta run. As the Scots would say, lang me what? As Samuel L. Jackson says, wow. English, do you speak it? Notice how I didn't say a certain word in that. No worries, Villy. Villy. No worries, Villy. No worries, Willie. I'm sure that flight was probably absolutely stunning in VR, especially on approach there into the airport. Have a good one, mate. Look after yourself. Enjoy the drive to North Carolina. Drive safe, and yeah. If you hit Canada, I'd be honoured if you would put CYHM into your plans. Absolutely. Not a problem at all. I'm going to put it in the around the world detour requests. CYHM Canada. Done. I will make sure that we go through that airport. Everything in Scottish translates to piss off. Yeah, I'll be with you. I'll be with you now in a minute. Sort of makes sense. That makes sense. Oh yeah, I forgot, Vruden, you also fly... Were you flying in VR? Yeah, I think you were, weren't you? Yeah, there we go. It'd help if I read chat. On my screen, Pro Limitless seems to be going backwards. So the next flight, depending on, I haven't received my work roster for the week coming up yet. Depending on what my work roster is and how many hours I have, if it's not too crazy, I may do a surprise stream tomorrow evening. It'll be a slightly earlier start. It'll be probably about an hour and a half earlier than it was today, just because I will still have to work the following day. However, if that doesn't come off, the next stream will be Friday evening at basically a similar time to tonight, maybe slightly later. Depends, again, what time I finish work. And that will be from here to the Dominican Republic. We'll go through 3 airports in the Dominican Republic, so there will actually be an opportunity to land and take off a couple of times. Just because there's some really cool places to fly into. And then from that point onwards, it'll be the multi-leg streams because we're going to have lots of island hopping as we hop our way through Anguilla and Guadalupe and St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin's, St. Barth's, SAVAR, all those. But anyway, everybody appears to be parked up, so I'm going to shut this thing down. Again, I've landed without turning my landing and taxi lights on. Don't tell anyone. And I've left my fuel pump on for the whole flight as well, so now I'll need to replace the fuel pump. Turn the engine master off. Hello? There we go. Alright, well, thank you everyone for coming along. It was a very enjoyable flight. Slightly shorter than they've been recently, but some stunning scenery coming here into the Turks and Caicos and obviously leaving Haiti as well. I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did, and yeah, there may be a surprise stream tomorrow evening, otherwise around 11 PM GMT plus 10 on Friday. So that should be 11 PM GMT plus 10 is what in Zulu time? It is, I believe that's 1 PM Zulu. So yeah, if there's not a surprise, even if there is a surprise stream tomorrow, you can expect the usual 1 PM Zulu on Friday and Saturday and Monday. Yeah. I've even forgotten what times I stream, but there may be a surprise stream tomorrow night, but it will be earlier in the evening. Anyway, as I said, thank you very much for all coming along. You've been awesome. I've enjoyed it. And I'll catch you all in the next stream. Look after yourselves.